Hi everyone, and welcome to TWS Dynamite or Might. You know, and today we have Christmas Chaos or Yule Madness. But we starting off this show today. I, Michael Cole, with Tony Schiavone with Taz here, and we start this show off today with Jesus, the Son of God, the King of Kings, the Kaiser, the light in the way, the healer, freer, and teacher, the right hand of God, the elderling of rest. First off, may my Father's blessings upon all of you. It is I, Jesus, the Son of God, the right hand of God, also known as the elderling of rest, the King of Kings, the Kaiser, the light in the way, the teacher, the freer, and the healer. And I must say that once again, I want to give thanks to Father Yule, Father Frost, Santa Claus, for helping my birthday, making my birthday, my holy day, wonderful again. Thank you for all you do, and thank you for helping my birthday, my holy day, and making folks happy and glee for it. Now, a lot of folks out there gotta shift this light off because the cell pack might be dying on it soon. Now, a lot of folks out there will most likely wonder, you know, I was the greatest gift that God ever gave mankind and womankind. So God so loved the world and so forgave the world. He gave us his only son, me, as a gift to all mankind and all womankind. And my gift was to atone and clean away the sins that had made all men, women, and children dirty. And by doing so, they got a stead in heaven through God and through me. And the way that I look at this is, that's the way it is. Now, some of you Christendom folk out there, and even non-Christendom folk out there, maybe wonder, when was I born? I was born on 3BL, which would be 300 BL, the last year of the BLs before the YLs would start. There's the date. There's the year when I was born. Now the date, I don't know. The month, everyone out there doesn't really truly know when I was born. And there's always been a big thing between Western Christendom and Eastern Christendom about doing my holy day, on the 12th month, or doing it on the first month. And there's always and at the end of the day, I just want to say, it doesn't care what month, what date, what time you do my birthday. And there is, there is no handbook. The Holy Book doesn't say how a Christian or Christendom folk or anyone should do my birthday or holy day. It doesn't say. Jesus, I want to say thank you for being my Lord, my freer, my healer, my teacher. Thank you for atoning for my sins. Thank you for washing my sins away. And thank you for giving me a stead in heaven through your Father God, through you. And I love you, I worship you, and I onlook you. Well, Zia Zilso, God loved every man, woman, and child. And through my death, and through my blood, and through my beatings, and through my death, all sins were atoned for and were cleaned away. When God now looks at man and women and children now, all he sees is my blood on them, and he no longer sees the sins, which there were many, that made you dirty. And since God does not like sin or anything that's evil or sinful or wicked or unlawful, he can now look at you folks and see good instead of seeing good and the bad. And do not worry, God and I always love and forgive all mankind and all womankind for their sins and misdeeds, no need how bad they are. Well, thank you for that, Jesus. You are welcome. Well, we heard from Jesus, the Son of God, Michael Cole says, and who would have thought that only in a toy wrestling gathering would Jesus, show up. I know that a lot of folks out there, Michael Cole says, a lot of Christendom folk and non-Christendom folk would also get irked or angered and say that they don't believe in Jesus, so you can't have them around. But we also want to take this time to also wish all you Jewish folk out there a happy gathering of lights, since your holy day starts at night. It starts the same day that Yule starts. So yours starts on the 25th, but Doran starts at evening. And Tony Schiavone said we want to wish all you non-Christian black folk out there and other folks who do the gathering of followership, which starts on the 26th, the one day after the first day of Yule and the first day of the gathering of lights. Tony Schiavone says. I tell you one thing, Taz says, it is so going to wish everyone a happy Yule, everyone a happy gathering of lights, everyone a happy gathering of followership, and what other holy days or holidays that folks do around this time, we gotta, shift the light on, because it is dark in this room, kind of dark. Not too dark, but it is kind of dark. Well, here comes Jimmy Hart coming in the ring now. What could he want, Michael Cole says here today on Dynamite or Mike, or Christmas Chaos or Yule Madness, Michael Cole says. We know one thing about Jimmy Hart, he's always up to no good, Tony Schiavone says. How can you say that, Taz says, that Jimmy Hart's always up to no good? Yeah, I know he was mostly Hill and MACW in his first run in WWF, and his run in WCW, and his XWF run, and his TNAW run, and his 2-diff run in WWE. You know what, Xylee? It's Yule time, and I just want to say that I'm sorry for all the mean things I said and did to you. It makes you know that God and Jesus love you so much, love us so much, and God and Jesus teach us to, forgive each other and love each other, be kind to each other, unlike each other, and also to love thou's foe. And I just want to say that I'm sorry for what I did, because we don't know how many folks we still have in this world. My son, well, he went out in the landmine, and he's still around. But my daughter, Renee, she died not many years ago, and I never got to seek to say goodbye to her. So I just want to say I'm so sorry for all the things I did to you. And, Jimmy, you don't have to say anything. I forgive you for everything you said and did to me. I don't hold any wrongs against anyone. And yes, God and Jesus did teach us to... Oh! That's Jimmy Snuka! You fell for it, didn't you? Get her, Jimmy! Get her, Jimmy. That's Jimmy Snuka. That is Overfly Jimmy Snuka. You know, the former two-time ECW heavyweight fighter and the former WWE 4-1 Reich fighter, Michael Cole says. That's right, Tony Schiavone says. Jimmy Snuka was in the toy wrestling gathering in the past, you know, a long, long time ago, you know. So he's now back in the toy wrestling gathering, and Jimmy Hart now happens to be his overseer. Shit. Come on, get over there. Yeah, unskilled, I know, awkward, unskilled. And now here comes John Bradshaw Latefield now. So this is what you do, Jimmy Hart. You come out here, tell about how you want Xia Li to forgive you, and then you have Jimmy Snuka, WWE Hall onlooker here, beat her up. That's sad. Hey, Taz says, it's not every day the former two-time ECW heavyweight fighter and former WWE 4-1 Reich fighter lay out Xia Li. Isn't that cool, Taz says. And since you think it's so cool, you know, guess what? Xia Li's getting back up. And you know what? Now it's going to be the TWF 24/7 winning can be on stake. And I know Xia Li, she's going to beat the shit out of you, Jimmy Snuka. You should be ashamed of yourself. Well, we have the match now. You know, we got the match now. We got Jimmy Snuka, you know, going to take on Xia Li for the TWF 24/7 winnings. You know, now we got Jimmy Hart there now. This match is for the TWF 24/7 winnings. First, he is Jimmy Snuka. First, with his overseer, Jimmy Hart. He is Jimmy Snuka. And she is the TWF 24/7 fighter, Xia Li. Ding ding. Well, the match got started now. Oh, Xia Li just got beat up so badly by Jimmy Snuka, she can't even put up a fight, Michael Cole says. And a splash on the top rope. This match is over, Tony Schiavone says. Xia Li's going to lose to Jimmy Snuka. Yeah, Taz says. You heard that saying, you live by the sword, you die by the sword, live by the gun, die by the gun? Well, that saying happened here. You know, Taz says, you go, Jimmy Snuka. 1, 2, 3. Ding, ding, ding. Here is your winner and the new TWF 24/7 fighter, Overfly Jimmy Snuka. Now that's sad, Michael Cole says. That is truly sad that Jimmy Snuka, you know, out of all men, and, you know, like him or hate him, either liked him, what he did as a wrestler, or what he didn't do as a wrestler, you know, and all the things that he did, either in MACW or ECW or WWF, WWE, whatever, you know, UWF, you know, SW, the F, you know, S, you know, SDW or whatever, you know, MSW, whatever. I would not think, Michael Cole says, I did not think that Jimmy Snuka would have shifted and done that. You know, shift heel and go with Jimmy Hart. That's kind of sad, Michael Cole says. Yeah, Taz says, and Jimmy Hart came out here and told everyone that he was sorry, and he was sorry for what he did to Xia Li, and he wanted Xia Li to forgive him for what he did to her, and everyone bought it. I mean, we all did. We were all lied to. You know, we were all lied to, sadly. I mean, Jimmy Hart played everyone, and Jimmy Snuka, he'd be ashamed of himself too, Tony Schiavone says, because whatever onlook he may have gotten, well, we lost that onlook. Hey, I'll tell you what, Taz says, I think onlook is this real, overplayed, and skilled wrestling. I think that onlook, is I think that onlook, is just overplayed and skilled wrestling. Look at me, Taz said. I spent most of my time as a skilled wrestler in IWCCW, ECW, WWF, WWE, TNA, IW, AW, being a heel. So, hate them or not, but at the end of the day, you gotta know that Xia Li fell for it, Taz says. Good for Jimmy Snuka. Alright, take it away now, Tony Schiavone. Take it away, Joey Styles. Thank you, Michael Cole and Tony Schiavone. I'm going to be talking with Xia Li here today on Dynamite or Might. Your Madness. Alright, Xia Li, how's it feel? I'm not happy, Joey Styles. I lost my TWF 24/7 winnings, and to a man that many grew up on looking. A man who was mostly the main wrestler in WWF before Hulk Hogan's 2-diff run came along. Anyway, and I just want to say that that's sad. And Jimmy Hart, I truly believed him. Well, a lot of folks have been played by Jimmy Hart over his long time in the skilled wrestling business, But Xia Li, I do have belief, no doubt, that you will get your TWF 24/7 winnings back. Oh, Joey Styles, that I'm going to get my TWF 24/7 winnings back. And when I do, Jimmy Hart and Jimmy Snuka, they're both going to yield for this. Well, that's my talk with Xia Li. Back to you, Michael Cole and Tony Schiavone. Well, thank you, Joey Styles. Thank you, Joey Styles, for talking with Xia Li here today on Dynamite or Might. Your Madness. And that's all the time we got here. I'm Michael Cole with Tony Schiavone with Taz. We hope you like Dynamite or Might, Your Madness. And we'll see you tomorrow for Impact or Hit.